case study with Waytek Wire and FastFetch. I'm speaking with Mike Larson, owner and chief operating officer of Waytek Wire. Hello, Mike.
Good afternoon.
And Jack Peck, president and founder of FastFetch. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Bob. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks to both of you for being with me today. So, Mike, tell me just a little bit about who is Waytek Wire?
Yes, a little bit about Waytek Wire. So we're a second generation family business that my father started back in 1970, and now I'm one of four second generation owners. We're a distributor of electrical wiring supplies, fasteners, and connectors.
Great. So, for purposes of this case study, what was your challenge? What was your need? And why did you pick FastFetch to help you with it?
No, that's a good question. And we've been at Waytek, we've been experiencing nice sales growth over recent years, and we've been in our current facility for about 15 years now. And we at the time when we moved in 2007, we had at the time a state-of-the-art conveyor system that was starting to reach its capacity. So we were going to either have to do some major overhaul or try to figure out how are we going to handle this. So we're looking at all the different options, and that's when we came across FastFetch. But the problem we were trying to solve was just we were beyond capacity, and we didn't want to have to do a overhaul of a conveyor that would cause a lot of interruptions for our customer orders.
And they look best to you? They won the beauty contest, so to speak?
Absolutely. So we needed a new way to be able to sort those orders out, and so I had a little bit of familiarity with FastFetch, and we visited with Jack down at the Modex show a couple of years ago, and real productive. No, they're good to work with on the front end. I had a chance to talk with a customer as well, or visit a customer of theirs that had a similar product, and no, it's been a good decision ever since.
Jack, tell us about the solution that FastFetch brought to Waytek. What did the system consist of?
Well, we're using put walls, and they actually have three put walls. Two of them have two shelves with 5 locations, and the other one has 2 shelves with 3 locations for the larger items. And so most put walls actually use numeric displays. So when you're ready to fill an order, it tells you the number of each item that needs to go into the box or the bag or whatever you're putting it into. In our case, however, we decided to use LED lights. And the reason we're using LED lights is because they're, first of all, less expensive, but more so the fact that they're easier to install. And the LED lights have colors, so we could have multiple putters, if required, working at the same time, each one having a scanner with a color dot on it. And the color dot would correspond to the color or the segment of LEDs that we'd light up beneath the location where a product should be put.
You say less expensive. Was it significantly so in terms of the cost of LEDs compared with the cost of conventional light modules?
Well, conventional light modules vary depending on who you buy them from, typically from $200 to $400.
Wow.
And with 5 across, if they were, $300 each, that would be what, $1,500. Whereas an LED stick costs $200 for the entire shelf, regardless of the number of locations. So if you look at that, you're looking at 70 to 80% reduction in cost with increased functionality at the same time.
That's pretty dramatic. So, Mike, the items that you provide at Waytek, are they small enough to fit into a put wall slot?
The vast majority of them are, yes, however, we do have a wide variety of items. So we do have about 2% of our items do not fit, but the put wall system has a great way to be able to match those up with the rest of the order. So you can just handle those as a exception and keep working through the rest of the order, and at the end it will marry anything that doesn't fit with the rest of the order. So pretty seamless process there.
So how does the putter know when an order has all of the required items?
Well, most put walls actually have 2 sides, a put side and a pack side. And when all of the items are in the putters have placed all of the items in the slot on the put side, a light would illuminate on the back side, telling the packer that this one's ready to go. In the case of Waytek, because of really some physical locations and layout of the facility, we decided to only have a single side That is the put side. So
Mm.
we had to use the put side and the pack side on the same side of the put wall. So what we did there, I mentioned earlier that the color of the color dot on the scanner corresponds to the LEDs that are lit up when someone scans an item. Well, if it's the last item to be placed into a put wall slot, not only do we light up the color of the scanner, but we interleave that with LEDs with the green, which says, hey, that's the last item that needs to be put into the slot. Take the stuff out of the slot, send it on to packing, and then the slot's available for reuse by another order.
I see.
And a nice benefit of that too, Jack and Robert, is when we do have a busy day, we're able to have multiple putters on the same put wall, and it lights up separate colors, so they're able to not get mixed up, and they know which order to work on.
Yeah, it's good to be able to flex in line with actual demand and activity in any given moment. So, Mike, did it live up, the whole system, did it live up to the promise that FastFetch told you about? Did it meet your expectations?
Absolutely, because we had a big challenge. We were trying to figure out how to replace the sortation that our conveyor used to do without a conveyor, and that was not an easy task. So we were able to both replace the conveyor, take the conveyor out of our facility. That opened up a lot of footprint, and that also opened up a lot of our paths for us again. And also we did have to apply a little bit of additional labor for new tasks, which was the put wall we didn't used to have before. But we've actually more than made up for that with now our picking processes are faster because we don't have to pick per order and let the conveyor sort it. We can pick simply tossing the items into a tote for sortation later. And also our downstream process packing is much faster as well because we do not have to sort out all of the totes and worry about what totes are what order. Everything is all one order, one tote after it's handled at the put wall.
So you saw measurable productivity increases as a result?
We have, yep.
I might add also that one of the big advantages is that the system is scalable. As their business grows, they can continue to add more put walls without diluting the performance of the put walls in place.
Yeah, with the conveyor out, Mike, you were able to add more racking. Is that correct?
We were able to add about 15% more racking, and then just to add to what Jack had mentioned, the scalability of because we were looking at if we had to increase our conveyor to be able to handle 800 to 1,200 orders, that was going to be nearly impossible. But to be able to go from 800 to 1,200 orders in a put wall, you can just add another put wall, and there's zero interruption for our customers, and that's the most important thing for us.
Yeah. So how long was the implementation of these 3 put walls?
Implementation, it was actually less than 2 weeks for everything, and that included the little bit of time on site for the FastFetch team, hardware, software installation, getting everything set up, and very, very quick for our operators to get up to speed and to really learn the process. Very user friendly.
Any issues with the hardware or software, the reliability of either one?
Both have been pretty solid. So occasionally we see a few issues connectivity on the scanners, but that's kind of few and far between. But for most part, very reliable, and 99% of the items or issues that might happen are things that our own internal team here at Waytek is able to work through.
Internal team, yes, but vendor support is also very important. Are you getting that level of support you need from FastFetch?
Yes, absolutely. So no, they're always they're there. They answer the phone. They're willing to help. They're willing to walk us through whatever that case might be. So I know they've done a nice job.
So a question for both of you. Let me start with Jack. No, let me start with Mike on this. How might these two companies, Waytek and FastFetch, continue to collaborate in future? Mike?
Well, Waytek's always looking for ways to improve our processes. FastFetch has been a very good partner for us, so open to exploring some other ways. I know there's some different options. We don't have any specific plans right now, but excited to see what the future holds, and look forward to keep working with FastFetch.
Jack, what do you think?
Well, we're very fortunate. We have many clients that are really great partners. I like to use the word partner rather than client, because that's the way we really look at them. And I hope they look at us the same way. It's almost as if we're part of their organization. And, if we have to go beyond what the legal documents might say in terms of how we're supposed to support them, we're glad to do that. So we're happy to have them as good partners.
Mike Larson of Waytek Wire, Jack Peck of FastFetch, thank you very much for joining me today, telling your story. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob. Good talking with you.
Thank you, Bob.